Hi everyone, I am back with another episode of the last week in 𝕊𝕬𝕆 series, but this week we are finally with our first episode of SOLI, our Solana Ecosystem Index. It has been a tough week for crypto, as you can see by the red on the SOLI chart. Pretty much everywhere there are geopolitical tensions going on, there are market tensions going on. People are worried about the Fed, people are worried about European invasions and so forth. We're not going to dive into any of that today, though. If you are interested, I would love to talk about that. To people who have talked to me on Telegram, you guys know I am very big into geopolitics and politics in general. But let's talk about our SOLI index. I'm going to talk about the constituents because we only have 5 constituents in SOLI compared to DFI or compared to Pico. So this might be a short episode. I'm not sure because I've never actually done a episode with just 5 constituents. And usually a lot of the other guys have a lot of stuff going on. And Solana has as well. So we've got 3 Medium articles first today and then 2 sort of Twitter posts. And then we will be done. So let's get started. All right, so our SOLI index launched just this month, even though it's almost the end of February. But for the last week's bit of news, starting at 2:30 p.m. on February 16th, SOLI at $6.39, and then we're going down to 3 days later. Let's see, 4 days later to the 20th, $5.54, and then we're going a little bit horizontal, and then we end off with today, right, February 23rd at 2 p.m. at $5.20. Okay, nothing too much to be said there. And I mean, I just explained it at the beginning with my intro. This is the way the market is. We're going to start off with Marinade. We're going to go to Serum, Raydium, Tulip, and Solend is going to be the last constituent we talk about today. As usual, right, if you would like to look at all this information, right, don't forget you can go to our tokens.𝕰𝕞.com dashboard that has been brilliantly created by our team, and enjoy all the information that's easily available to you. All right, so let's talk about Marinade. Marinade has a lot going on. They just released their 2022 plan. It says the MNDE governance, that's Marinade Governance, right? They've got some really cool art there. You can check out this blog post. And again, the links for everything will be in the show notes, will be in the description, in the YouTube video. If you want to read this link over here. So it says MND holders will have direct on-chain control over the direction of Solana's biggest and tastiest staking pool, serving DAO governance. So they are moving into a DAO format. The Marinade DAO has decided to build its on-chain governance, and it's being built on Anchor, a framework that also powers Marinade programs. So Tribeca is a very famous DAO system. The core concept of Tribeca Marinade is locking tokens. That means users deposit and lock their MNDE and get voting power relative to the time of the lock. So this is something a lot of you are probably familiar with. If you are a star launch user as well, you know you have to lock your stars, and from stars you get hydrazine. From hydrazine you get allocations for IDOs. A lot of different platforms have this sort of system of locking your tokens in. Even if you just go back to like basic staking, like if you're a new user or a normie, like I call myself in crypto, you go to Binance, right? The longer Binance has options for staking of 30, 60, and 90 days. The longer you lock your tokens in on Binance, usually 90 days, right, the higher APY you get. So the idea of locking your tokens in for longer in a platform usually gives some sort of benefit, and then this benefit means voting power. And then they have this really cool description here. You get MNDE, right, which is their governance token. You lock MNDE and you get these cool NFTs. You burn NFTs and you wait to get back MNDE if you do need it. So NFTs equals total voting power, and then I like they turned NFTs into NFCs, non-fungible chefs. When depositing MND tokens into Marinade Governance, the transaction will mint you a unique NFT. So, right, unique is really cool because unique NFTs means they have beyond for voting, right? You can actually sell them with a cute Marinade chef, and these are pretty freaking cute. All right, this NFT features several unique properties. Ownership. A chef NFT is a key to the locked MND tokens. Lock liquidity, tiers, rarity. Each chef is unique with a chance of having rare traits. So if you're into NFTs, you know, like Bored Apes or Sol Apes, or I mean, whatever NFT collection you want to think about, right? They have like traits for hats, traits for rarity, traits for glasses, or traits for color. And that sort of dictates the NFT, dictates the price. Okay, Since a chef is minted whenever tokens are deposited into Marinade Governance, each chef stands as an ownership receipt, so receipt of what you deposited. The underlying MNDE is perpetually locked for 30 days, ensuring maximal voting power. And again, locks, going back to another example of algo, right? Algo is another system where you deposit your algo in for algo governance, and it's locked for like 3 months, I believe now. And then you get to vote because of that, and you get rewards due to your voting. All right, so there are 5 tiers of chefs representing increasing threshold amounts of MDE locks. So your basic MND lock, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, 250,000. So it shows these all depend on size. So the more you lock up, the bigger your NFT is. So that was a lot to digest, right? This is for something sweet. Marinade limited edition NFTs, right? Available in 3,333 pieces spread across all tiers. MND staking API profit sharing will be an important part of Marinade's flywheel. Before profits reach a significant level to make distribution noteworthy, a temporary solution will be in place. Additional ownership will be distributed to governors who want to vote on the kitchen topics. Or to put it simply, locking MNDE tokens into Marinade will earn additional MNDE. So, right, of course, with a lot of protocols, right, when you are having profit sharing, there's no profit sharing to be had at the moment. So I like the idea of when you're locking in your MNDE, right, you're also getting additional MND, so boosting your ownership, right? So anybody new coming into Marinade, they're not going to have as much MND as you, hypothetically speaking. So this describes what Marinade is. So you guys, if you're new to SOLI, you know Marinade is our staked or liquid staked Solana solution, part of the SOLI token. Very interesting article, very cool art. I like it. Let's move on to Serum. So this is Serum's newsletter number 62, which is just out earlier this week or on the weekend, I would believe. And it says burns, right? This week, 252,075 SRM or Serum was burned. That's more than $500,000 at the current price. So burning, right? Burning is always good. We've talked about this on the podcast on different shows before, that when you burn tokens, it reduces supply, and when supply is reduced, theoretically speaking, you know, price goes up. They talked about the hackathon, right? Serum had a hackathon. Definitely look at that if you're into programming and this sort of stuff. They had the Sol Cool campaign, chance to get a very special NFT by trading on Atrix. Follow the steps. This describes how to get a special NFT. This is another cool. Users can now stake their PSY and USDC LP and earn dual rewards, right? So dual rewards, you get Serum and Psi. So usually with staking, right, you just get one reward, but with this liquidity pool, right, you stake Psi and USDC and you get Serum and you get Psi, which is nice, very advantageous. Single-sided staking will go live on DeFi Land on the 24th of February. We've talked about DeFi Land before in the show, right? So single-sided staking is, it's just a look if you go up, right? This is usually we have to stake 2 things to get a reward. So single-sided staking, you get stake 1 thing and you get a reward, which makes it simple because you might not have USDC at the time. We might not have X coin. So I'm a big fan of single-sided staking because I'm a big fan of simplicity, right? Star Atlas, you heard my coworker Jack talk about this on the show before. Very cool project, right? This goes into Star Atlas, and definitely cool project launching on Solana. Sol Vaults now available on Ribbon Finance thanks to Zeta Markets. This marks the first time an Ethereum first project has moved onto Solana with an app and interface that supports both EVM, so Ethereum Virtual Machine Contracts, as well as a native Solana program. So that's cool. Ribbon Finance, have to check that out myself. How to use your Solana name service with FTX. So that's the, you know, ENS, right? Ethereum name service. Solana, of course, has the .sol stuff. Who's building on Serum, right? So let's have a look at this. So this is all the DeFi stuff, the data analytics stuff. This, I would suggest you look on the Serum Twitter because they have a much better, higher resolution picture for you to take advantage of. All right, and this is many more. And that is the end of Serum, another big component of our SOLI token. Lots of news here. This is a lot of information so far, right? Much different from our typical last week in blah blah series. Okay, let's move on to Raydium. So Raydium has this sort of doc feature, Medium post. So this is upcoming Raydium Ninja USDC pool and Neon Ninja NFTs. If you are on Magic Eden or Solana Art, or you've heard me talk about Solana, you would have seen the announcement for this stuff already. So it says, ninjas, you've heard about the rumors buzzing around the dojo. Yes, we at Ninja Protocol have been quietly in discussion with our latest ninja ally about launching a Ninja USDC fusion pool on Raydium. Okay, so a pool where you can deposit Ninja and USDC and earn some interest on the trades that happen there. On top of that, we are launching a complimentary Raydium-inspired cyberpunk-themed NFT collection called Neo Ninjas, which will give its holders a share of NFT royalties and fusion pool emissions, as well as other exclusive perks within the Ninja Protocol ecosystem. So that's always cool, right? And I think if you've been following the NFT space, a lot of NFT projects, newer NFT projects are definitely moving into a utility-based model where there's revenue sharing. Because you hold the first-gen NFT, the second-gen NFT becomes cheaper for you to mint. There's loads of use cases. I just spoke to some guys out in Australia this week, and they have some really exciting ideas about NFT. And I might actually ask them to come on the podcast at some point. And so you can read all of this by yourselves. Ninja NFT will cost 2 SOL plus a mint ticket similar to Pixel for Ninja Pixels to mint. So 2 SOL roughly at the time of recording this episode is about 160, 170 US dollars. So that would be about just short of 6,000 Taiwanese dollars for people in Taiwan who are watching me. And these look pretty cool, right? I can't even remember what is a good word to describe this style, but they look pretty cool. The following is an overview of how the NFT perks work. Okay, so 100% of SOL mint fee is converted to Ninja and 50% USDC and added into the Ninja USDC pool. That's pretty cool. 50% of the emissions are distributed to Neo Ninja holders, with the remaining 50% being added back into the pool, and now they're good benefit. There's a 5% royalty on the Neo Ninja collection, with the 2.5% distributed to NFT holders and the other 2.5% being added back into the pool. Holders of Neo Ninja NFTs will obtain better access to the Ninja game, plus access to unique cyberpunk skins, as well as private Neo Ninja area in the Ninja game. All really cool benefits. I think pretty easy for you guys to understand, so I won't explain that too more. This graphic is sort of what covers and explains everything. How to obtain the mint ticket. For those of you who have won Pixel in the past and minted your Ninja Pixel NFTs, you may be wondering, how will the mint ticket for Neo Ninja be obtained? Very good question. Of course, as always, with us in the dojo, community comes first. The mint tickets for the Neo Ninja NFT collection will be airdropped to all Ninja holders ranked apprentice and above in the dojo with the following allocations. 10 mint tickets per user. Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess I'm a bit mixed about the system. I feel like, sure, you should be rewarded if you're very into the community, but at the same time, it might not be financially possible for people to be, be that involved. So it's okay. It's still interesting, and I'm a big fan of this NFT collection. It does look really cool, bright colors. I like it a lot. So very cool. Now we're going to move on to the sort of the tail end of today's episode. And we're going to talk about Solend as well. So Solend is one of the smaller constituents, but still an important constituent in our SOLI index. And today we're announcing the launch of the Bonfida isolated pool. Use it at solend.fi.dashboard. The Bonfida pool has 3 reserves: FIDA, Solend, or SOL for USDC. You can lend them out, right? Because, borrowing and lending for yield, or use them as collateral to borrow others, right? So we're giving away 2 Solana name service domains to users of the Bonfida pool. So bonfidachat.sol, solendchat.sol. Interesting choice of name. And so that's interesting for Solend, right? Loan to value ratios are interesting. Liquidity ratios, liquidity penalty, borrow fees are, of course, this is crypto. Borrow fees are pretty cheap. Something to think about if you're into borrowing and lending and earning money from that stuff. You can now find our SBR x Sunny auto compounding strategies version 2 auto vaults. Both SBR and Sunny vaults are auto compounded into LP positions. So these vaults are just like compound vaults, if you're not familiar with those, where you put your money in and they do some crypto magic or investing magic, and sort of it does all the investing and strategy for you, and you get interest because of that. So let's look at a bigger picture of this. So you have a UST, right? Terra UST and USDC. A daily APR 0.04%, weekly APR 0.27%, yearly APR 15% on stablecoins. Not bad, right? You have the Marinade stake Solana and Solana 3.74%. You've got cash in USDC LP 15.6%. So not bad overall, right? and definitely something to take advantage of if you are into Tulip or you into auto compounding vaults. I hope you enjoy it. So let's come back. So this is today's episode, guys. Let me know if you like the format, if you want to keep this being the same format, we go through the news, or maybe you'd like me to talk about more Solana news as well. I'd be happy to do that, or more instructional videos. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this. Wherever you are watching or listening to this, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a review on your podcast app of choice. If your app does support that, that is greatly appreciated. We want more people to be interested in SOLI, Pico, and DeFi, right? So I thank everyone for their time. You know, it is short, nice, short and sweet. Like, I like these kinds of episodes. I hope you do too. And then I will see you later on this weekend. We might be talking a little bit more about SOLI, about something else, but we'll see. Thanks, guys, and talk to you later.